Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Twin Flame family. I wanted to talk about this upcoming week, the energy update from today, which is the 18th of February. And I'm going to make this forecast through the 26th, which is for the solar eclipse in Pisces. It's a new moon, new intentions, and a big shift of energies coming through. So as the lunar eclipse has just passed about a little over a week ago, that brought up a lot of stuff for people. New information, a lot of resistance. There's been chaos. There's been things that are just helping us shift and helping us find our stance. So I feel like some of the resistance that we're facing, both in our personal relationships as well as from outsiders, is just helping us sort of get challenged into finding our authentic truth. So what I'm encountering with my clients, as well as in my own life, as well as with soul friends and soul family, seems to be this sort of outside force of energy, whether that's, like I said, interpersonal relationships, family, strangers, or anyone that you interact with, sort of coming in with old ways of thinking, old beliefs, and challenging our new beliefs, challenging our school of thought, challenging our spirituality. And it's felt a lot like, oh, this makes me so angry. Why is this happening? And it's felt a lot like resistant energy that we're going up against. However, I can promise you that I also have been hearing and know firsthand that when we've been encountering that energy, there's really like a feeling of separateness from those souls. So looking at them like, why don't you think the way that I do? And this is like crazy. I'm the more advanced one. I'm the more, deeper one, spiritual one, whatever. And like, you're so stupid for thinking this, and you're so judgmental, and why are you so in the box, and why don't you understand me? But I think at this point that we need to just relax into those outside forces, understand that they're here to like help us ground stronger into our stance, which is, I love my spirituality. I love my depth. I see our differences, but I also realize that we are one. Okay. And this mirror that's being held up for me from all angles is about old ways versus new ways. And it's helping you further harvest that desire for, shifting consciousness and finding your authentic, truth in the way that you live your life. And I feel like those that are coming around us, whether it's family members being judgmental, or I had an experience with, I went to go see a new doctor, and she was just so, in the box, and just not willing to work with like the holistic way that I sort of practice. And there was a lot of friction. And I'm like, okay, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And I just sort of went with it. And when I walked out of there, I said, you know what? Those aren't the right doctors for me anymore. This doesn't work anymore. It's time to find new doctors that are here to, work with me and support this higher vibration practice that I have in both my health and, mental, emotional well-being. So, so those people are serving as contrast. Those experiences are serving as contrast to help us expand that desire even more, to find our inner truth even more. And rather than resisting it and saying, wow, you're so separate than me, it's an opportunity for us to look at it and go, wow, we are one. This is an amazing mirror reflection for me that's showing me, that's illuminating the path. And that's what eclipses are about. It's about that illuminating the path, breaking free of old ways, the big changes that are coming in, the information that's coming to us that sort of rocks our world. That was a lot of this lunar eclipse. This is like just a lot of crap coming up. So now we're moving into a week that is marked by on Sunday, the 26th, which is, I guess, the start of a new week, that is marked by a solar eclipse, and that's in Pisces. And I feel as though this is an opportunity for, especially for twin flames who are on the ascension path, to really take advantage of some new manifestation energy, as well as getting deeper into our spirituality. And this again is, we've been guided this way through the turmoil, through the change, through the resistance, through the yuck that has come up from the lunar eclipse. We're being guided into grounding deeper into our spirituality. And that is coming from emotion, from our heart center, from knowing our inner truth. And this is a Pisces new moon solar eclipse, and Pisces is all about emotion, and it's about spirituality. And this is going to be a lighter shift. I feel like now we've kind of gone through the muck so that we can really realign with the light. And I feel as though this one is going to bring, the solar as well. So it's action. It's in alignment with the sun energy. And this is, no coincidence that the lunar eclipse was in Leo, which is also ruled by the sun. And now we're going into a solar eclipse, which is sun energy, but it's Pisces. So that's like the softer, more emotional, more spiritual. And that's going to help us carry that line of energy, right, from all that, what seemed like resistance, turmoil, and everything, into allowing the light in through these changes that are happening, and really relinquishing control is what they're talking about. The guides, it's like just kind of being at the mercy of the universe, which means full surrender, full, approval to just allow things to fall into place however they may. And I pulled a spread here for you, and I love for the twin flames, for the shared energy, 2 cards popped out. As I pulled one, another one popped out, and they are so interesting. So I just wanted to show you. It's the World and the Hermit. And I feel like this is what's kind of happening through these eclipses, is we're coming out of our hermit mode, and with the Piscean energy being asked to explore what is beyond our, confines, whether it's the confines of what we've sort of bound ourselves to, which is the 2 of Swords is coming up. And this is new moon energy right here. And this is like taking the blindfold off and really seeing, the broader world, birthing the new desires. How do we want to expand? How can we go deeper into our spirituality to expand? Perhaps there's travel on the forefront for you. Perhaps this is about breaking out of that hermit mode, being behind closed doors, doing our spiritual healing in that way, and now really truly connecting with others, sharing our beliefs, teaching our beliefs, spreading them over the world, finding new possibilities, birthing new desires. And those desires could be very much, I feel, married to teaching, traveling, expansion, sharing our spirituality, our spiritual belief with those that are like-minded or on the same course and same path. It's about doors opening rather than staying behind closed doors. So this, I believe that this shift to the light, through the solar eclipse energy, through the Piscean energy, because I have under at the bottom of the deck was actually the moon card in reverse, and that is Piscean energy, okay? And this is talking about, and you can see sun and moon, and this is what is happening. This is what's going on. This is a very emotional energy. This is can be very precarious. This can be about decisions, things that are sort of changes that are happening that are sort of ruled above us rather than through our own action-oriented center. So just trust that like the physical action you take is going to be guided by your intuition. So trust that that the physical action that you take now, that sun energy, that conscious activity, that deliberate action, shall be guided via your intuition. And so, because the Piscean energy is very much connected to that as well, not just spirituality, but just trusting in our intuition, like full on trusting. And knowing when to act is going to be from your gut, from your solar plexus, from that power center of intuitive knowledge. So I have got for the masculine and the feminine, it's like I feel like what's coming up is the Emperor, okay? And I pulled this card and I was thinking that it was the masculine, but I feel like this is the feminine too. This is about getting our masculine energy in a healthy balance where there's strength, fortitude, courage. This is, again, action taking, but in a healthy way, in a non-aggressive, non-oppressive, non-forceful way. This is about being strong. And the word grace came up in a recent coaching session. And I think it's a great word for the divine feminine to kind of latch on to through the next couple of weeks as she steps into her goddess power and recognizes her strength. And that grace is like a silent strength. It's a quiet strength. It's the harnessing the inner masculine that is authentic and releasing any false masculine that's coming from fear and defenses and, the stuff that no longer serves us, the stuff that binds us, which is what I feel like the feminine is working on, which is releasing, getting the swords out of her hands so that she can be in her, whatever authentic masculine is within her, that she can be in her power, as well as in her power through her authentic feminine. And that is opening the heart chakra. And this has been, we did a heart chakra meditation pre-Valentine's Day last week. And this is a big thing. I feel like that the feminine is realizing, like, my heart chakra is closed. And this card says the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. And I especially feel as though the feminine needs to further work on receiving, taking down the heart armor, the barriers, and allowing the love to flow in. And that means getting the low vibrational energies out, which means the fear and, especially the fear, the negativity, anything that is not in alignment with source energy and is sort of kind of blocking that, keeping it, holding it in resistance to, allowing all the love to come in. So, so I'm going to pull one of the Ascended Masters cards because I always feel like they tell us sort of what's crowning the situation, and I like to use these. So, here we go again. Lady Nada is mother, wife, sister, daughter, and that's about harnessing. The crowning cards are very feminine, harnessing that strength through an open heart, the strength of being nurturing, compassionate. The Piscean energy is calling us into compassion as well through this new moon. And we can birth new intentions this week through the strength of both our inner masculine and inner feminine. And this is about getting rid of the fear, trusting our intuition, and even owning our masculine. Okay? But in a healthy way. It's the same thing. In a healthy way, we own our feminine. It's really about balance. And this is also about balance too. Okay? It's balancing those inner masculine and feminine energies. I feel like it's also, the guides are saying it's about balancing our inner, like the demons, the ego voice versus the authentic truth and knowledge from our gut. Pushing out the ego voice or allowing it to be heard and then going, no, that's not really how I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the core belief, with the new belief that I'm forming that isn't based off fear, the ego stuff, the ego beliefs, which is from fear, old ways of thinking, old beliefs. This is really a shift into the light, and that's what eclipses are. And it's about moving into new ways of being, doing things, and manifestation. This is very connected to our divine feminine and masculine, and we're being called out of hermit mode and into sharing our gifts, traveling, new opportunities. Even if these opportunities aren't knocking on our doorstep right now, they are there for us to seek out, to plant the seeds of intention for. So like if you feel like there's like a workshop or a class you want to take or a trip you want to take, now's the time to be like looking at pictures of that place or finding out the information for the class and just putting the attention out there, not worrying about the how it's going to manifest, but that it is going to. Very powerful energy right now. I feel like very powerful energy to spread our wings and to get our gifts out to the world, to align with those who are like-minded. And this contrast is coming from being met with the resistant energy from those who are not in alignment with our thought process or our new belief system, or those who are just further fortifying that we want to break free of those old beliefs. And now we're being given the opportunity to come out from behind closed doors and share with others who are in connection with that same energy, which is the world energy, which is expansion, which is travel, which is sharing gifts, which is opportunity. And it is yours for the taking. So I hope that this has helped. And I want you to know that I've put up a special on my website, thetwinflamefamily.com. It is a 50 for 50. I've taken down the normal sessions, which are 30 for 47, 60 for 74. And we're now through March 19th until the first day of spring, March 20th. I'm offering 50 minutes for $50. It's a great special. It's a way to have a lengthier reading at a reduced rate. And you can work with me both for intuitive guidance and also soul coaching, helping you on your ascension process, helping you through the twin flame roadblocks, anything that you're encountering along the journey that you feel stuck with. You can book those sessions right on my website, thetwinflamefamily.com. Also, I've moved our Divine Feminine workshop, which is Wounded Warrior to Divine Goddess. I've moved it out of February. I just feel like there's a lot going on in February, and I'm moving it to April 11th. So that's now on the group services and on the website. And then I'm going to do a whole video coming up this week that is previewing the March class series. And there's 4 weeks of classes. They're $22 per class. It's all about from A to Z, guiding you through your twin flame process. What is the twin flame connection? What has love got to do with it? What does romantic connection have to do with it? What are, debunking the myths of truth versus fiction along the twin flame journey? And then we'll segue into, with the second week, the unseen connection. What are the dreams about? What are the signs and synchronicities? What do they mean? And then sort of going into the last 2 weeks of understanding the sacred connection and surrendering and really finding joyfulness in the process of surrender, as well as stepping closer to union and what that means. So we're going to go from A to Z in those 4 weeks in March. And like I said, it's $22 per class. I have limited spots available. They're starting to fill up. And book now. I've themed them different 80s theme songs, like What's Love Got to Do With It is the first workshop. And they're really, really going to be fun, interactive, learning environment. We'll do it via teleconference as well as with a video option. And please, please take part in these workshops. They're so important. If you don't want to do all of them, you can just book 1 or 2 or the one that you feel is pertinent for your journey at this time. Also, they're set up so that you have to sign up individually. But if you feel like you want to do all 4, just book the first one and send me a message with it and say, I'd like to do all 4. Please sign me up for 4. And I can do that on the back end of the site. So anyhow, hope you'll join us. Don't forget 50 for 50 on the site, private session. We've moved the Divine Goddess workshop to April. And we've got the March class series that is going to be great. Hope that you'll join us. And have a fantastic week. Be well. Love to you all. Bye-bye.